Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about the creation and build of the Shoji doors that I make. They sit in front of sliding glass doors on tracks that I make, and they are translucent so they allow light to come in, but they also give you privacy. Stay tuned and you'll see the details of it. On the creation of these Shoji doors, I had to resize them, so I cut them down and I'm going to put them together with the pocket hole screws in a second. What I do first when I make a Shoji door is I measure the outside frame, and I build the frame, and I also put a divider, as you saw earlier, down the center. Now I measure the 4 pieces, which are all about the same width. In this case, it was about 10 and a half, 11, something around there, and the height was the same. I don't remember what it was, but I take that, find an image. If I want a filter on it, I do. A lot of times I use infrared because it takes the greens and makes them white, and the contrast is nice. And basically, it's a black and white that is meant to allow light in and continue keeping privacy, as I said earlier. So what you want to do is print it out, cut it to size, and the printing process all happens in Photoshop, which is a tad tricky. Once the print is dry, I find out the exact dimensions that I need, and I cut it. In this case, I had to cut it right down the vertical side or vertical length of the piece that I made. It was 23 and a half, and I needed to have about an inch more, so I had to cut it down the center. That's what I'm doing now. It was about, I think it was about 11 and 3/4, whatever, it was 23 divided by 2, whatever that was. And that's what I'm measuring right now. I just make a couple of marks, make sure they're the same on both sides, and then I cut it with the scissors. So what I'm doing now is taking these strips that I bought, and they're about 1.5 inches by, they're quite thin, I'd say anywhere between 1/4 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch thick. The length is irrelevant because I'll be cutting the length to fit, and you can see I attached the one side already. This is a bit tricky because you don't want the image to fall lower than your boards, but you want to keep it as flat and taut as possible. And you can see it dimples there. It does fall and dip. I don't want to do that. So very carefully I try to get these things lined up. I start in the corner and I attach one of these pieces so I know that that's going to lay flat. So that's what I'm doing there. And then I go to the other end and pull it so it's taut, and then I attach down there. And then I raise it up in the air so it would try to fall flat. This seemed to work out pretty good, so I did this with the other 3 pieces that I had to attach. Holding it with my leg, Virginia left. It was very cold in this place, so she decided she didn't want to stick around for that. Okay. All right, now when you do this,
Yep.
you
You
gotta,
want to do it?
you want to do it? Yeah. Gotta hold it. Because it's not all the way.
Yep.
Okay. Get it to the other end. Slide it down. Okay.
Where you got nails? Very pretty. So you can't put that bar in anymore.
No. It's a good thing I took it out.
Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, it looks amazing. People are gonna want this.
This is a Shoji door that I just finished in Betty's cabin, and Virginia's going to slide it open. I will put handles on it. The one on the left slides in front of the one on the right. The one on the right is stable, and you can get in and out of the door. That needs to be cleaned. That track down there, it's nasty. Yeah, it's sticky because, well, it's dirty.
You've got sliding stuff in here.
Right, I made tracks, and I also put material in there so this door will glide on it. So it's a picture of trees, and during the fall, and I took and changed it into an infrared image, and then everything that's green turns white with infrared, and I printed it that way, and I just assembled it.
Thank you.
That's the other part of the Two Women in Tools.
Yes.
The camera person is the other part. Okay, thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like, and share.